Ark Survival Evolved is a game with millions of active users. So here are 5 mistakes that you should avoid in the future, which are very simple to fix. If you didn't know already, this is an Explorer note. And number 1 is that you should not open Explorer notes unless you're doing a note run at the start of the game, as they can be useful another time. If you didn't know, when you get an Explorer note, you will get an XP boost. So you should only really be getting Explorer notes when you need it or when you're doing an early game note run, because it is an absolute waste of an Explorer note. This may look like a normal parasaur, but as you see, if I bowler it and start to knock it out, you will see it takes a really long time to knock out. This is a common mistake that people make, and it is taming really high level creatures as a beginner. As a beginner, you won't even have a trank rifle and you'll probably be limited to a slingshot or a club. So you should go after some low level stuff, simply because it is much easier and quicker to tame, and you'll actually be successful in your taming. As you can see here, there is a lot of insects surrounding me. And the third mistake on this list is not using a torch to kill insects. This is the most effective way to kill insects. Also, in the night time, it will give you a light to see, and Troodons will not attack you when you have a torch. This is especially useful on Genesis Part 1 with swarms, as swarms are an absolute pain to deal with, so the only way you should take out insects is with a torch. Another very easily done beginner mistake is aggroing things such as trikes or stegos. You may seem like you can fend them off, you may feel like you can fend them off, but they do work together against you, and especially with the trike and even with the stego, they have a buff against you which will cause you to do much less damage against them. I am using a shotgun here, which is why I managed to kill one, but as a beginner, trikes have a lot of speed and are not something you should be trying to kill. The next one is raiding beehives as a beginner. You should never really do this as a beginner, especially if you don't have a torch, as when you raid a beehive, you'll get absolutely obliterated by bees. My first experience with this was an operation when I looted a beehive and I died, and there was an alpha raptor nearby, and I ended up losing all of my stuff. So as a beginner, you should probably not be raiding beehives, but in the late game, if you're well protected, it's the only way to get bee honey. This does seem quite mental, but another beginner mistake is trying to tame gigas and carcas as a beginner. This is something that you should really not do, as even if you have a crossbow with loads of trank arrows and some kind of trap, that is not the way you should be taming these, and you are underestimating the power of these creatures. They are not like a Rex or an Allosaurus in any way like that. They are much stronger, and also they have bleed abilities. It may seem like a really big goal to get a Giga and a Carcharodontosaurus. The time will come, but as a beginner, you should not be endeavouring with these creatures. But anyway guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!